everything together. You will see a new addition on the screen today. Very exciting. Right, it says go live now. Going live now. Go live. Well, hey. Oh, I'm on a bit of a funny way on Instagram, aren't I? Oh dear. Right, let me see if I can zoom out a hot minute. Maybe I need to like move over a little bit. Hello everyone on Instagram. How are you doing? I'm just adjusting my camera because there's a new addition on my screen today. I have finally got myself an iPad for teaching things. So let me just see if Instagram looks better or not. No, it looks worse. Okay, brilliant. Fantastic. Right, okay. If you are... Oh no, that makes it look 10 times worse, doesn't it? Oh no. How are you guys doing? Hello. Can you guys hear me and see me okay is my first question. Now, you guys on Instagram, you might not be able to see me okay. I've kind of got maybe if I make it a bit shorter, it doesn't really help, does it? I'm just trying to think of a way for you guys on Instagram to be able to see the iPad, because as you can see, I have an iPad on screen. So that just makes it really small, doesn't it, for you guys watching on Facebook? Right, okay. Instead then, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it back to what it was, which was this. Just bear with. And I'm going to put my camera back there. I am going to get the window capture. Can I move to top? There we go. So if I do that, can you guys see that okay? Probably not, but you're just going to have to work with me. Hello everyone. Welcome. Happy New Year. How are you guys feeling? How are you guys doing? Today, I have some really cool things to go through. I don't think comments are working. Surprise. Yeah, I can't see your comments on Instagram. Right, yes, I can. I'm going to do a pop-out module. Christ, what a bloody faff this has been. Oh, for crying out loud. Hi, Suzanne. How are you? Can hear and see you okay? Karen says that's okay. Good-o. So, as you can see, I have got an addition. I bought myself a iPad and an Apple Pencil because I really wanted to kind of teach you guys, rather than me trying to create like janky Canva graphics. I really wanted to try and be able to actually show you guys what I mean and actually draw it out on screen, right? But the very first thing that I wanted to tell you guys about, and let me just see if I can adjust this real quick. God, it's so annoying, isn't it? Here we go. Is the planner, the Handmade Bosses planner, is officially on sale, okay? So it is on sale. If you're watching on Facebook, I've just popped the link in the comments. And if you're watching on Instagram, if you comment the word planner sale, I will send you the link. Basically, it is a kind of like retirement sale. For the physical planners, we aren't going to be printing anymore. So what we have done is we've got a 75% off sale for both the digital planners and the physical planners. So if you go onto this page, I've just popped a link in. It's handmadebosses.com/planner. If you go onto this page, basically once you click the button here, whatever one you want, physical copies I think they work out at £8.74. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, I'm always going to be transparent AF, is that I'm actually losing money on these. Basically, the upshot is that I need to clear out some space in here to be able to do something really exciting coming soon. But I can't do that when I am drowning in storage cupboards and things. So that is what we are doing. Wednesday morning is the cutoff date for this. And if you want to know what the planner kind of looks like, let me just grab the normal one here. And then this is kind of so you have like this little banner thing, which you can use as a bookmark. Let me just get rid of that for a hot minute. But this is what the physical planner actually looks like. It is a hard copy, hardback planner. It's got a little ribbon in it. Basically, these cost me, I think it was £9.40 or something like that each to physically make. And in the 75% off sale, we are doing them for £8.74. So if you want one of these, if you're on Instagram, if you comment the word planner sale or one word, I will send you the link. If you're watching on Facebook, click that link and save it. You want to be getting these ASAP, because once they are gone, they are gone. Okay. And we're actually going to be taking these off of sale. So if you want a physical copy, then buy it now, because this is the cheapest you are ever going to see it. And I truly, truly, truly mean that. So basically, this planner is specifically designed for handmade business owners. It's extremely visual. Everything you need to run your business is in this planner, okay? Shipping outside of the UK depends on where you are. We don't do it to the EU. You'll have to have a look, because it's how I've set it up in Shopify, which is what I use. Will select the countries that we can ship to. So it might be a case of yes. If not, you can get the digital copy of this. So either or, there is a way that you can grab this. It's just like literally 48-hour sale. That is it. So if you want one of these, you have to do it ASAP. If you forget, if you don't do it, it's not going to be something that we ever extend. So I'm being really, really strict. I know I'm being really like, come on. But yeah, you absolutely must buy it now if you've ever wanted a physical copy, because I'm literally losing money on these. And I do need them gone, because like everybody, we only have a certain amount of room, right? And I cannot keep storing these things. Alrighty, Roo. Right. Today, though, I really wanted to go through a recalibration exercise that is actually in the planner. So it's actually this one here that I'm going to be going through, but I want us to go through it together, because it's a really good way. I know 2026 doesn't quite feel real yet. And I know that you probably have all these massive, big, lofty goals, right? So I'm just going to connect my iPad back up again. But basically, the issue is that we have all these big, lofty goals, right? And I'm not quite sure what's happened to my iPad. Oh no, I've done a thing. What did I do? Maximize. There we go. Is that we have all these big lofty goals, right? And the issue is that, here we go. I finally found my iPad. There we go. I'm going to pop it back there. I'm going to move the camera slightly over. There we go. So then you can see me and the iPad. So the issue is that we have all these massive, lofty goals. Like, for example, if you're saying to yourself, you know what? I really need to be like increasing my sales by 25%. Should we do that? 30%? No, let's do 25% this year, right? But you're saying that and you're like, I just don't know how I'm going to do it. Like, I don't know what to start on. I don't know how to do it. I'm not really sure on the ins and outs of it, right? So what I want you to do is grab an A4 piece of paper, your iPad, whatever, and I want you to actually draw this along with me. Let me just make that iPad thing, that's annoying me, make it a bit bigger here, okay? So the first thing I want you guys to do is I want you to draw a triangle, right? And I want you to split that into two, okay? Now the top bit, let's do this in blue. The top bit is I want you to write in what's my big goal. See, now you guys are going to see my terrible handwriting. So what's my big goal? Can you guys see that okay? You guys seeing that okay? Gabby's like, buying now. Suzanne says, love mine. So look at that, right? So get your triangle. This is called moving the mountain, and it's a thing that I do every single year to be able to chunk out the goals and actually understand how we're going to achieve that thing, okay? So like I said, in the top of your triangle here, you want to write in what's your big goal, okay? So that can be anything from I need to increase my sales. That can be I need to get into 5 more stores this year. It can be, I want to start my wholesale account or website or whatever. It can be, I want to get my Etsy shop to 10,000 views a month, whatever that big goal is, okay? So now the next thing we're gonna do, all right, is we're gonna then break that down into 4 supportive goals. Okay, so these are 4 steps that you would need to get to this big goal. Okay, so what are those 4 steps? What are those 4 things that you need to do? Guys, what is it done there? Why is it done in like a squiggle? Okay, well, let's get rid of that. I don't know why Apple like is saying that my handwriting looks like that. I mean, I know it's bad, but can we just agree that it's not a squiggle? Right, I'm gonna erase that because that was just terrible. I'm not a usual. Oh, what have I done here? Here we go. I'm not an Apple user on the regular. So is this making sense? Can you see this? Is this making sense? Are you like, yeah, completely get that? So basically what we are doing is we are doing this here. So you can see it kind of like matches here, right? Where you have the triangle here. And what we're basically doing is we're writing the big goal down here, which is here, right? And then we are writing down the 4 supporting steps. That's the first part of this. There is a second part, but that is the first part of this, all right? And the reason we're doing the 4 supportive goals is this. I'm just going to like move my keyboard. Is this, right? Because in a year, we have Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. Quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. Sounds really like officey, right? And sounds really like, I don't know what the word is, but really like corporate. But that is just how the year is structured out. That's how it's baked in, right? So we have Q1, which is Jan, Feb, March. Then we have Q2, which is April, May, June. Then we have Q3, which is July, August, September. And we have Q4, which is October, November, December. And this is 2026. Like that. Is this making sense? I feel like comments have stopped. Are you guys just like intently watching, or is there like a genuine problem? Can someone just like, can someone just go, yeah, you're still good. I'm just like writing notes, or yeah, no, I can still see you. I just want to make sure, because obviously all this like streaming tech is bound to break at some point, and I really just want to make sure. So yeah, let me know. But this is the top half of our triangle. Kelly's like, notes, scribbling away. That's good. That's really, really good. All still fine. Good. Okay, so now we have the very top. I'm going to erase that because that was for a video that I did. So I'm just going to erase that real quick. I've got a screenshot of it, so do not worry. There we go. So we now have the triangle, right? The very, very top, okay? So now I'm going to try and like do that like that. So now we need to extend that, okay? So we have our big goal and we have our 4 supportive goals. So let's say that your big goal is, let's erase that for a hot minute. And I'm going to write in the big goal, okay? So maybe for us in this example, the big goal is to increase sales by 25%. That is the big goal. So we want to increase sales. Let me like actually write that out. Increase sales by 25%, which is not like a massively big goal. So increase sales, Etsy sales, Amazon sales, website sales, whatever, but just be specific. I feel like when you are doing this, you really want to make sure that you're being specific, okay? Increase sales by 25%. That is your big goal. Now, maybe your supportive goals, maybe you're thinking, right, well, to increase my sales, I need traffic. So maybe for Q1, one of your 4 supporting goals is traffic, and you want to increase that. You haven't got a number in mind so far, but you're like, nah, I want to increase traffic, okay? And let's say Q2, you're like, okay, so I'm increasing traffic, but I'm spending all my time driving traffic now. I'm like marketing all the time. I'm doing this and I'm doing that. So maybe then you're like, okay, I am going to work on my conversion rate. So conversion rate, okay, that's your second goal, okay? So you're driving traffic and you're working on your conversion rate, which is basically expressed as a percentage, how many people out of 100 on average buy from you. So out of 100 people that come to your shop, how many of them will buy something, right? So then maybe you're looking at that and you're like, okay, good. So in order to increase my sales, I need to increase traffic, because we all know that's how we do it, right? You can't increase your sales and not increase the traffic that you're driving. Like, that just doesn't make sense, right? So you're like, okay, I've got my traffic, right? I haven't figured out how yet, but I've written down what I need. We're not worrying about the how yet. Like, we're literally not even thinking about that. Conversion rate, we need that. And then you're looking at July, August, September, Q3, and you're thinking, okay, I need a third supporting step. So maybe you're thinking, to increase my sales, I need to, let me think. To increase my sales, what would I do by 25%? And you want to be making sure that you're not doing a massive step, like you're not breaking this down into like another arm of like the business. You're actually just using what you already have. Okay, so I would say, all right, I need to do a summer product launch, like a big launch. I need to, once I've got the traffic, once I've got my conversion rate and my shop kind of like sorted out in terms of people come there and they're not put off, their questions are answered, they know exactly who it's for, I am then going to do a massive summer product launch. I'm going to release a whole bunch of new products. I'm going to do all that, right? Cool. Okay, brilliant. I'm just making sure I'm still live and all is still good. Just writing notes. Brilliant. Love that for you. Okay, so then let's say you get to Q4 and you're like, all right, so I would have increased my traffic from Q1. I would have attacked my conversion rate from Q2. I would have done a massive summer product launch. So the cash injection would have been there. Then in Q4, you're thinking, okay, I then need, at this point, like obviously Q4, you're going to get busy. There's going to be a lot of orders. So I'm going to invest in coaching. Maybe you're like, okay, by that point, I know that in order for me to increase the business, I'm going to need some kind of coaching there, right? So you're like, okay, from the cash injection that I'm going to get in Q3 from my product launch, I am going to invest coaching. Maybe it's with me, maybe it's not. I'm not going to hold that against you, but every single business who wants to grow should invest in some kind of information, in some kind of knowledge, in some kind of coaching. I do, because I know that without it, I'm going to get myself in all a bit of a jumbled mess. And it's all just going to be a bit blah, okay? So we now have the top two sections of our moving the mountain, right? And just a reminder, this is in the planner. This planner, physical planner, is 75% off for between now and Wednesday morning for 48 hours only. We sent the email out at 7 a.m. this morning. So you want to be making sure that if you want this, you are ordering it, because once they are gone, they are gone. And honestly, like, I'm not going to lie to you. Like, I can show you I don't know whether I can show this on screen, but I'm going to anyway. Like, you can see the amount of orders that we've just gotten. So like there's a lot of orders coming in. So if you want one, buy one now, because they are going. I haven't looked yet exactly how much stock we have left, but I'm live and I can't. Yeah. Anyway. All right. So now we want to break those 4 supportive steps. So these here, we want to break those down even further, because increasing traffic, that's a pretty hefty goal. Increasing traffic is just like, yeah, okay, sure, but how, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to extend the triangle again, okay? And we're going to go, right, let's do red. Let's do this color. And we're going to go, how can I break the 4 supporting goals, the 4 supporting steps into 12, okay? So what we want is we have the traffic increased traffic. We have the conversion rate. I might need to extend this out a bit, but you get what I mean. Product launch. Can't fit it in. Doesn't matter if you can or you can't. Coaching. Okay. So is this all like making sense? Yeah. So in essence, what we want is we want 3 steps per one of these. Okay. So we're basically splitting these things out into 3. Go back. God damn it. iPad. There we go. There we go. So to increase your traffic, what 3 steps would you need in there? To do a summer product launch, what 3 things would you need in there? To increase your conversion rate, what 3 things would you need in there? By the way, guys, if you are struggling with this, I have literally hundreds of podcasts, YouTube videos. Like, all you have to do is do a search and I will come up and you can watch the video, right? So if you are like, how do I increase my traffic? I've literally just done a podcast episode on how to do that. So if you are stuck, you could literally listen to that, take 3 steps from that, write them in here, like 1, 2, 3. Listen to an episode about conversion rate. Okay, cool. 1, 2, 3. Product launches. How do I do that? Steph talked about that. 1, 2, 3. Invest in coaching. Well, you can pretty much tick that off because we can chat or you can work with me. If not, you can go, right, okay, who do I vibe with? This person, this person, this person. Like I said, like, you know, choose whoever you want. Okay. Is this making sense? Okay. So you've broken your 4 supportive steps, supportive goals into 4, and you've broken those out into 3. All right. Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to extend that out yet again. So I'm going to make this one a little bit bigger. Okay. How are you living, guys? You're all good so far. Brilliant. Is this looking okay on Instagram? I know that it's a bit annoying with the like portrait mode and stuff. I'm not quite sure. I need to like figure that out. But I guess if you just turn your phone around the other way, you'll see it in like the full screen mode. But yeah, let me know if you're getting it thus far, because if not, I might need to like figure that out. I have one I forgot I bought. I need to use it. I feel like I should get another. Well, now is literally the time, because as soon as this sale is done, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna take them off of sale and just do them as like prizes and stuff during like lives. If I say, hey, tell me the answer to this, here's a planner, here's a prize. So they won't be available for sale. The downloadable one will be still. I don't know. I haven't quite made up my mind yet on that one, but yeah, it's definitely something that I need to make room for. So hence this. Weren't planning on doing it, but there we are. That's where we're at. All right. So now we have. What color should I do this? Let's do this. I don't want to do yellow because you can't see yellow. Let's do like a purple color. There we go. So the next thing is we need to now break these tasks, these three steps. We need to break those out even further, more so like on a daily basis. Like, what are those small little things? Now, this step is an optional step because you might get to, oh, I just used my finger there. You might get to here and you might go, that's enough for me, because I know that, you know, I can do one of these tasks each week and that will be enough. Like, I don't need to break it down further. But if you are someone who's like, yeah, I probably need to break it down even further, you would then take those 3 steps, these here, and you would then ask yourself this: what tasks would I need to complete to move my biz forward in these areas? I'm loving the fact that I can just draw this out on the screen. Oh, such a game changer. Why didn't I do this before? Yeah, I can see well on my laptop, can see it on my phone. Okay, I need to like figure that out then, because that's really annoying. So what tasks would I need to complete to move my business forward in these areas? Does that make sense? So you want to be thinking in terms of, what are the daily things that I need to do? What are those small habits that I need to do? What do I need to do to make sure that I am making small moves? Because at the end of the day, like, all of this is breaking it down, making it bite-sized chunks, like really bringing it into the daily, the weekly, rather than having like, oh, you know, because like if I've done it again, if I move this up, right, and I go, oh, my goal for this year is to increase my sales by 25%. Let's say you just wrote that down on your to-do list and you left it at that. How on earth would you know? Like, how on earth, every single day, every single week, month in, month out, would you look at that and go, oh, yeah, I need to increase my sales? Or, you know, you might have actually broken it down maybe into like a couple of things that you feel like you need to do. But let's say you've had on your to-do list, I need to increase traffic. Like, sure, but what actual steps, what's the tangible things that you need to do in order to actually do that, right? So I really, really hope that that makes sense. Okay, I'm going to keep that up on screen. I really, really hope that that makes sense. Now, in the planner, we actually break it down even further, and we talk about habits. We talk about like weekly habits and things. So we do actually break it down again, but I'm not going to go over that today because I feel like this has already been quite long and quite a lot of info that I've just thrust upon you. But I just really want you guys to make sure that you understand this and that this is something that you're going to do. Because if you do have that one big goal, and by the way, it should just be one massive goal. We're not breaking 3 massive goals down, because that is the fastest way to overwhelm yourself. Trust me, I have ADHD, so it's like, yeah, I only have one like massive thing. So what I thought I'd do now is I'm going to leave this up, but I thought I'd ask if there's any questions or anything that you guys want to kind of know. So I'm gonna open it up for 3 questions specifically about this, like this particular thing that we've spoken about today. What questions do you guys have? No, I'm gonna put that back up on screen. Why not? So what questions do you have? Let me know. And if you're wondering how I managed to connect my iPad to a Windows PC, it's an app called Reflector 4. I paid £30 for it this morning. I spent 4 hours trying to figure out how to get it up on screen. So I really hope this has been helpful. I am going to be using this a whole heck of a lot more. I feel like it's nice to be able to like draw the stuff out and actually show you, rather than me just like waving my hands about and being like, well, you kind of do this and you get a triangle and you spin it up. Like, it's just a lot easier for me just to bring it up on screen. So let me know if you do have any questions. Let me know. Kelly says, my issue is staying motivated, like the dopamine leaves once I've done the planning bit. Yeah, so that is something that I think everybody struggles with. I think everybody is always excited when they do the planning, but I think this is where chunking it down really, really helps, because the dopamine comes from this bit, doesn't it? It comes from this bit. We go, yeah, increased sales, more money, yay, successful business, I can pay bills, I can leave my job, yay. But then it's like, okay, when we get past that, when we actually go, all right, but how? It doesn't become so nice to think about, because you're like, shoot, I actually have to do a lot of work to get to that point, right? So this is where I would actually say getting the planner would help, because within the planner, we actually break it down even further. Let me just zoom back in again. So we actually break it down even further. Oh, well, we'll roll with it. We actually break it down even further, and we talk about things like steps. My God, my handwriting is terrible. I didn't realize how bad it was until I saw it on screen. We have the steps, like daily steps, and habits. And this is really where actually, like, it's not sexy at all. Like, it's really, really not. But it's those small daily habits, the small daily steps compiled, layered, I guess, into the everyday, every single week that's actually going to get us towards that goal. And I think, Kelly, the dopamine returns once you actually start hitting, zoom in, goddammit, hitting these steps. Once you start hitting those and you start seeing it and ticking it off and going, holy cannoli, like, I'm actually doing this. I'm actually like proper grown up big girl pants. I'm actually doing this. I find the motivation returns, but you have to make that small step. And the small steps come from this, expanding it down even further. Okay. And honestly, that's kind of like what I do, is that I have massive goals for 2026. Oh my God, I can't talk today. I have massive goals for 2026. Main reason why I'm like making room, because I'm a big fan of like decluttering, making room to invite new things in. So for me, that is like on steroids right now, because I'm like, no, I know that I need to clear physical room, mental room to be able to have that thing in. But that dopamine is going to wear off at some point. But I know, because I have my daily steps, my habits, everything baked in to my routine, I know full well that it's going to be hard going there for a couple of weeks. But the minute I actually start like making moves on those small steps and seeing it with my very eyes, I know I'm going to feel better about it. Stephanie says, it really helps me to break this big goal down into the actual actionable parts, because that's where I've tended to get stuck and paralyzed before. That's it. It is. And it's really like, everybody, I think everybody sees these big goals and thinks, yeah, this person like doubled their sales and they made 200,000 on Etsy and they did this. But what, and they see that, and they almost have this like this big jump that they make from like, oh, this person must have just known what to do. They must just be inherently good at Instagram. They must just know how to do Etsy SEO, and I don't. But the truth of it is that is not the truth. That's what your brain is telling you. What you don't see is the unsexy bits. What you're not seeing is this, right? And that's why we've literally drawn it out on screen. This is what you don't see, but what you do see is the outside stuff, and your brain kind of automatically goes, yeah, like they've done this, Gary says, me too. Don't see the hard work they've done. That's it. And to be honest, this isn't hard work. This is smart work. Like, I'd say if you do this, you're probably going to be ahead of at least 65% of your competitors. I have a little sip of my ginger drink, because honestly, your competitors haven't done this, right? And that immediately puts you ahead, because you're logically thinking about the steps. You're rationally thinking about the steps. You're not kind of just going, I know, I'm going to do 4 reels a week and that's going to magically increase my traffic, because it won't. It will help, but it won't get you to where you need to go. And this is where actually, like, if you want to go nuclear on this, you could go, I want to increase my traffic, and I want to focus purely on Instagram, and I want to get 10,000 IG views each month. And I'd actually recommend that you do this, that you actually do like have a number attached, and maybe your conversion rate, you want to raise it to 5%, and maybe your summer product launch, you want to make 100 sales, and coaching, you're like, I want to spend £500 on coaching, right? So you actually have numbers attached, and I think that kind of really helps you to decipher, because like, increased traffic, you could get an extra 1 view a month, and technically you would have achieved that. It wouldn't feel good, but technically you would have. It takes time and planning, and there's no such thing as overnight success. You said it. When you think of each of your goals, is big. How do you choose which one? I think it's the one that lights you up the most. I'm just gonna take that off. I'm gonna put my camera back to where it was. There we go. I think it's the one that lights you up. Let me zoom out. Maybe that was the issue. Maybe I zoomed in too much. There we go. It's the one that lights you up the most. The issue is I think a lot of people work on stuff that they think they need to. So they'll be like, oh, I should be posting on Instagram. I should be doing more of this. I ought to get on TikTok, or, you know, my God, there's so many shoulds and ought to and must do's and blah, blah, blah. You know, we've all just spent Christmas with family members, right? Or near to them, or, you know, whatever. If you celebrate it or not, we've all just kind of spent a lot of time with family. I'm sure we've had the shoulds and the ought tos pushed all over us for the past 2-3 weeks, right? I know I have. And I think for us, like, the ultimate wayfinder is whether you get excited by the goal or not. If increasing traffic gets you all giddy, and you're like, yeah, I want to do that. That sounds really, really cool. Then brilliant. If it doesn't, then I would think again. But if it is something you need to increase your sales, so let's say like your big goal is either to increase sales by 25%, go viral on Instagram, or to start a wholesale account, which one of those three things lights you up the most? Well, maybe it's the increasing sales one. Maybe that's the thing that makes you go, oh, that would be so good. Like, yeah. And I think it's at that point you have to kind of sit with yourself and ask yourself, is this something I really, really want? Because if it's not, believe me, halfway through the year, you're going to give up. And then you're just going to be like flapping around. Awesome. Brilliant. Fantastic. Right. Okay. I think I've answered all of my questions. I think I've really driven the point home. If you're watching on Instagram, if you comment the word planner sale, I'll pop a comment in anyway. I know you can't click the thing, but at least you have the link there. If you're watching on Instagram, if you comment the word planner sale, all one word, I will send you the link to the planner. If you're watching on Facebook, you need to make sure you get this, click the link, bookmark it, do whatever you need to, set an alarm on your phone, because if you're like me, I would probably forget. If you want one of these, and believe me, they are genuinely, I'm not just saying that, but we spent so much time researching the psychology behind it. Also, there is, hang on, let me just grab it. Let me just show you 2 seconds. You have like proper weekly and daily planner pages. So it's actually like a planner as well. It's not just like a fancy planning thing. It's actually like a weekly and daily planner. These last for 6 months. Okay. So this is six months worth. All right. So if you are wanting like a year's, 2 years worth, order 2, order 4, order 6, whatever. Once they are gone, because Steph has some big exciting goals coming into her life this year. So we need to make sure that we make room, because as you can see, nope, the opposite way here behind me, I don't have a lot of space in this office. I need to make more space. So in order to do that, I need to get rid of some stuff. And this is me doing that. All right, and my loves, thank you so much for watching. Let me know, like, before I go, let me know, what did you think of the iPad? Like, I'd be really intrigued to know. Did you find it helpful? Yes, no, good, crap? What do you think? How are you feeling? Did you like it? Did you like the fact that like I could bring it up on screen and like walk you through it rather than me just waving a thing in your face? Yeah, let me know. Let me know, because I'm going to use it for like HBSA lessons, SMS lessons, lives, like proper like lesson planning almost. Stephanie says, like it, good. I know on Instagram you couldn't really see it that well. I am going to sort that out. I'm not quite sure how, but I think I will be able to. Actually, good to see it happening. Like it, Kelly says. Brilliant. So overall view is you like it. That's really, really good. All right, and my loves, like I said, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you all same time next week, where we are actually going to be talking about how to increase traffic in 2026. So if you like this live, next Monday, that's it. I was like, what day is it? The 12th. I'm going to be talking about how to increase your traffic in 2026.